Life moves fast, doesn't it? As the years pass, the world around us seems to change in the blink of an eye. It's a feeling many share, a sense of being swept along, trying to keep up. But here's the good news. With the right mindset and a few smart choices, this stage of life can be your most rewarding yet. That's what we're here to talk about today. Simple things to avoid so you can enjoy a life that's not just independent, but truly thriving. In this video, we'll guide you through essential steps to protect your happiness, health, and peace of mind. From staying socially connected to managing your finances, creating a safe and nurturing space, and prioritizing your well-being, we've got it all covered. Stick with us, and you'll discover how small adjustments can make a big difference. These years are a chance to embrace freedom, rediscover passions, and build a life that feels joyful and secure. If you haven't already, subscribe and turn on notifications so you won't miss more ideas and stories that can inspire change. If today's insights resonate with you, sharing this video could brighten someone else's path too. Let's jump in together and make these years truly golden. First, let's delve into something that creeps into life almost unnoticed: the quiet pull of isolation. As we navigate through life's ever-changing seasons, it's surprisingly easy to drift away from the connections that once shaped our days. What begins as a few solitary evenings can subtly grow into weeks, then months, and before long, the comforting stillness we sought starts to feel unsettling. It's a shift that often arrives so gradually, we may not even realize it until the silence becomes deafening. We've all heard stories that reflect this silent retreat. People, especially in later years, find themselves unintentionally slipping away from friendships, family ties, and even the small rituals that used to bring a spark of joy. These tales serve as a poignant reminder of how life's demands and distractions can edge us away from the vibrant social worlds we once inhabited. Without realizing it, the lively chatter of connection gives way to an empty quiet, one that lingers longer than expected. Isolation doesn't simply take away the noise of others. It chips away at something deeper, our sense of belonging. With fewer connections to anchor us, life can begin to feel adrift, untethered from purpose. The laughter we once shared with friends, the warmth of family gatherings, and the comfort of familiar routines start to fade. And as they do, the days seem to stretch out, not in freedom, but in a solitude that can feel oppressive. But this gradual slide into isolation isn't inevitable. It's something we can face with awareness and resolve. Recognizing the signs early is key. Those missed phone calls, the skipped invitations, the hesitations to reach out. Each of these is a quiet nudge reminding us that human connection is vital. Relationships don't just happen. They need nurturing, effort, and a willingness to embrace even small moments of interaction. The beauty of reconnecting lies in its simplicity. A call to an old friend, a walk in the park with a neighbor, or even a visit to a local group can rekindle the bonds that enrich life. Each step toward connection is a step away from isolation, a deliberate move to invite life's vibrancy back into our days. These actions, though small, carry the immense power of renewal. Our best friend, Mary, was the kind of person who lit up every room she entered. Her laugh was contagious, her curiosity boundless, and she always had a way of making people feel valued. For years, she was the glue of our group, organizing dinners, planning trips, and keeping us all connected. But life, as it so often does, began to shift. Mary lost her job unexpectedly. Her mother fell ill, and the weight of these changes seemed to pull her inward. Slowly, without anyone noticing at first, she began to withdraw. At first, it was subtle. She stopped responding to group messages as quickly and excused herself from outings, always promising to join next time. We chalked it up to her busy schedule, unaware of how much she was struggling behind the scenes. Months passed, and the invitations became fewer. Mary wasn't just skipping events. She had stopped reaching out entirely. Her once vibrant home grew quiet, her world smaller with each passing week. One day, after almost a year without seeing her, we decided to visit Mary unannounced. Her face lit up when she opened the door, though her expression was tinged with surprise and hesitation. Inside, her house felt starkly different from the warm, welcoming space it had once been. She told us how hard it had been to keep up with everyone while dealing with her own challenges. She hadn't wanted to burden us, so she chose to step back. But in doing so, she realized she had isolated herself in ways she never intended. That afternoon, we spent hours catching up, laughing and reminiscing. We made plans for the following weekend, a small hike, something Mary used to love. True to her word, she showed up. It was the first of many steps she took to reconnect, not just with us, but with the life she had inadvertently let slip away. Each meeting, each call, seemed to reignite the Mary we all knew and cherished. Over time, Mary's light returned. She began volunteering at a local library, reconnecting with old friends, and even mentoring young professionals in her field. She told us later that those months of isolation had been the hardest of her life, not because she was alone, but because she felt forgotten. It wasn't until we reminded her of the love and support waiting for her that she found the courage to re-enter the world. Mary's story taught us a powerful lesson. Isolation isn't always a choice. Sometimes it's a response to pain or change. But the way out is always through connection, small, steady efforts to rebuild the bridges that link us to others. Her journey back to joy reminded us all of the importance of showing up, not just for others, but for ourselves. What stands out isn't the absence of noise, but the presence of shared moments. Life thrives in togetherness, in the exchanges that make us laugh, reflect, and feel understood. While solitude has its place, it's the balance between introspection and interaction that brings true fulfillment. Let us remember that the world outside our walls is waiting, ready to embrace us if we're willing to reach out. If you found yourself in this situation, try to take small but meaningful steps toward reconnecting with the world around you. Isolation can feel overwhelming, but even tiny actions can open doors to a more connected and fulfilling life. Start by reminding yourself that reaching out isn't a sign of weakness. It's a sign of strength and a willingness to grow. One of the simplest things you can do is reconnect with nature. Take a walk in a nearby park, hike a local trail, or simply sit outside and observe the world. Being outdoors not only lifts your mood, but often brings opportunities for casual interactions. A friendly nod from a passerby, a chat with someone walking their dog, or even a shared appreciation of the scenery. Reaching out to an old friend or family member can also be incredibly rewarding. Send a quick text, make a phone call, or even write a heartfelt email. Start with something simple like reminiscing about a shared memory or asking how they've been. These small gestures often pave the way for deeper conversations and renewed connections. Consider joining a local group or class centered around an interest you enjoy or want to explore. Whether it's a book club, a cooking class, a dance workshop, or a sports team, shared activities create natural opportunities to bond with others. If you're nervous about diving in alone, many groups welcome newcomers warmly, and you might discover friendships where you least expect them. Volunteering is another powerful way to combat isolation. Helping others not only gives you a sense of purpose, but also introduces you to people who share your values. From tutoring students to working at a food bank or fostering animals, there are countless ways to contribute to your community while making meaningful connections. Lastly, Don't overlook the value of routines that bring connection into your daily life. Visit the same coffee shop regularly, greet your neighbors, or strike up conversations with colleagues. Even brief, casual interactions can brighten your day and remind you that you're part of a larger world. Every small step you take builds momentum. With patience and consistency, these efforts can transform your days, replacing the quiet of isolation with the warmth of connection and community. Second, staying connected is more than just maintaining ties. It's a lifeline to the richness of human experience. In a fast-paced world, it's easy to feel adrift, but taking deliberate steps to nurture connections is essential. This doesn't mean immersing ourselves in large, overwhelming gatherings. Often, the most profound changes stem from small, meaningful actions that anchor us to the people around us. Picture this: a weekly phone call with a loved one where laughter dances through the conversation, bridging the miles. Or imagine attending a neighborhood event where familiar faces light up with warmth, making even the simplest interaction feel like a cherished moment. These efforts, small as they may seem, build a fabric of connection that strengthens over time, weaving joy and belonging into our lives. Consider joining a social group or exploring volunteer opportunities in the community. A story that lingers with us is that of a woman who, hesitant at first, began volunteering at a shelter. That single step, taken with uncertainty, soon blossomed into a weekly ritual she treasured. Friendships grew, and unexpected connections filled her life with purpose and joy, proving that even hesitant steps can lead to profound fulfillment. Every effort we make to stay connected shields us from the shadows of isolation. These shared experiences, whether brief or ongoing, rekindle our spirits. They remind us that life's most beautiful moments often unfold when we step into shared spaces, where smiles, conversations, and even silence shared in comfort bring renewed meaning. Staying connected isn't merely about companionship. It's about embracing the vibrancy of life. The richness we gain from shared laughter, heartfelt conversations, and collective experiences fills our days with warmth. Even the smallest gestures, like a handwritten note or a simple hello, can ripple outward, creating a tapestry of human connection that enriches both our lives and the lives of others. Though the first steps may require effort, the rewards are immeasurable. The warmth of shared stories, the depth of laughter, and the sense of belonging we find are testaments to the power of connection. In the end, life's true beauty lies not in solitude, but in the relationships we cultivate and the memories we create together. Third, poor nutrition. Our food choices directly shape how we feel and function. Skipping meals or relying on processed foods is a recipe for low energy, poor concentration, and overall health struggles. Nutrition is the foundation of both physical vitality and mental sharpness, and neglecting it can lead to lasting consequences. A balanced diet is key to maintaining health and boosting performance. Fresh fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and lean proteins work together to provide our bodies with the essential nutrients they need. Each of these food groups plays a unique role in keeping us strong, energized, and focused throughout the day. Processed foods, while convenient, are often stripped of vital nutrients. Instead, they are packed with unhealthy fats, refined sugars, and artificial additives that can do more harm than good. The long-term effects of a diet heavy in processed foods can include weight gain, sluggishness, and even serious health issues like heart disease and diabetes. Opting for fresh, whole foods has numerous benefits, not just for our body but for our mind as well. Nutrient-rich meals promote better brain health, sharper memory, and improved focus. Foods like leafy greens, colorful fruits, and nuts are full of antioxidants that protect the brain and support cognitive function. Protein is another critical element in our diet. It helps build and repair muscles, strengthen our immune system, and regulate hormones. Incorporating lean sources of protein such as fish, chicken, beans, and eggs into meals provides the building blocks our bodies need for optimal health. 4. The importance of prioritizing your health every day. Health is a treasure we often take for granted until it starts to fade. We can be so focused on the daily grind that we forget to take a step back and evaluate our well-being. Delaying small actions, like scheduling a checkup or staying active, can lead to larger, more challenging problems. The key is to take care of our health in manageable, consistent ways before issues arise. One of the simplest ways to stay on track is by setting reminders. Whether it's using a physical calendar, jotting down tasks, or relying on digital alerts, these small nudges keep us accountable. We can make health a priority, not by overwhelming ourselves with big changes, but by building small, daily habits that make a lasting impact. These reminders keep us engaged in our health journey, ensuring we never lose sight of the big picture. Incorporating movement into our day is another essential practice. A walk, for example, doesn't need to be long or strenuous to be beneficial. Picture stepping outside, feeling the sun on your skin, and letting the rhythm of your steps calm your mind. Walking is more than exercise. It's a form of self-care. It allows space to clear your head, refresh your spirit, and reconnect with the natural world. Walking is one of the simplest and most accessible ways to improve both physical and mental well-being. You don't need to take long, intense walks to reap the benefits. Small, regular walks can have a significant impact on your health and mindset. Here are some practical tips and insights about walking, including the best times and its effects on the body and mind. 1. Morning walks. Start the day with clarity. A walk in the morning can set the tone for the rest of your day. As the world is waking up, this time offers peace and quiet, allowing you to clear your mind and prepare for the day ahead. The air is fresher, and the temperature is often cooler, which makes walking more comfortable. A morning stroll also activates your metabolism, giving you a natural energy boost without the need for caffeine. 2. Midday break. Recharge and refocus. If you're feeling sluggish during the afternoon, a short walk can do wonders. This break helps re-energize the body and sharpen focus, especially if you've been sitting or working for long hours. A quick walk outside gets your blood flowing, increases oxygen supply to your brain, and boosts mood by releasing endorphins. It's a great way to avoid the afternoon slump and stay productive. 3. Evening walks. Unwind and decompress. Walking after dinner, before bed, can be a peaceful way to unwind from the day's stresses. It helps digest your food more effectively and reduces the chances of indigestion or bloating. A leisurely evening walk also helps lower cortisol levels, the stress hormone, calming your nervous system. By allowing your body to relax in the fresh air, you prepare it for a restful sleep, as the gentle exercise signals your body that it's time to wind down. 4. Walking for mental clarity. Walking is a powerful form of mental self-care. Whether you're struggling with stress, anxiety, or even a creative block, stepping outside and moving your body can help reset your mind. The rhythmic motion of walking, combined with the calming effect of nature, can clear mental clutter, improve focus, and enhance creativity. This mental break allows space for fresh perspectives and problem solving. 5. Physical benefits of walking. Walking doesn't just benefit your mind. It's fantastic for your body too. Regular walking helps maintain a healthy weight, strengthens bones, and boosts cardiovascular health. It improves circulation, lowers blood pressure, and helps reduce the risk of chronic conditions like diabetes and heart disease. Plus, it enhances flexibility and posture, making it easier to move through daily tasks with greater ease. Stretching is another overlooked but powerful routine. Whether in the morning to wake up the body or in the evening to unwind, stretching helps reduce tension, boost flexibility, and improve posture. These moments of physical release not only enhance mobility, but also promote mental clarity. The simple act of stretching becomes a gift to both our body and mind, fostering a deeper connection to ourselves. Health isn't something we should approach reactively. It's about taking proactive steps, no matter how small they seem. The habits we create today will echo into the future, contributing to a life that feels strong, vibrant, and full of energy. By committing to these small practices, we cultivate a mindset that values our well-being, not just when we're ill, but every single day. The benefits of these consistent actions are both immediate and long-term. With each walk, each stretch, each reminder we set, we're investing in ourselves. Over time, these little changes accumulate, transforming our health from something we occasionally think about into something we actively maintain. These habits serve as the foundation of a healthy, empowered life, one that we can continue to enjoy for years to come. 5. The importance of prioritizing mental health. Our mental health is just as vital as our physical health, yet it often takes a back seat in our busy lives. We tend to focus on our bodies, pushing ourselves to stay active and fit, but neglect the emotional side of our well-being. The truth is, without nurturing our minds, we cannot truly thrive. Mental health plays a pivotal role in how we experience the world around us, how we interact with others, and how we manage the challenges that life throws our way. It's essential that we prioritize it with the same commitment we give to our physical health. Living alone can sometimes amplify feelings of isolation and loneliness. While we may enjoy our own company, there are moments when the quiet becomes overwhelming. We might feel disconnected, anxious, or even lost in our thoughts. It's in these moments that we need to acknowledge what's going on inside and take action. Bottling up these emotions can create a dangerous cycle where negative feelings grow unchecked, leading to more anxiety, stress, or even depression. Reaching out for support during these times is not only helpful, but it's also necessary. Speaking with a trusted friend, family member, or therapist provides an outlet to express ourselves. It's an opportunity to release pent-up emotions and gain perspective on our experiences. The act of simply being heard can be profoundly healing, offering comfort, relief, and a sense of connection. Asking for help is a sign of strength, not weakness, and there is absolutely no shame in it. Taking time for our mental health isn't just about following through with a task. It's an act of kindness to ourselves, a recognition that our emotional well-being deserves as much care and attention as our physical state. When we neglect our minds, we risk living in a constant state of overwhelm or dissatisfaction. But when we nurture our mental health, we set ourselves up for a more fulfilling, balanced life. It's not an afterthought, but an essential part of living well. Investing in our mental well-being isn't a one-time fix. It's a continuous practice. It might involve journaling, meditation, regular conversations with loved ones, or professional therapy sessions. It's about checking in with ourselves regularly, acknowledging our feelings, and taking steps to improve our emotional resilience. Just as we wouldn't skip a workout for our bodies, we shouldn't skip the work necessary for our mental health. When we make mental health a priority, life opens up in ways we didn't think possible. We feel more equipped to handle the ups and downs, more present with our relationships, and more at peace with ourselves. It becomes easier to enjoy the little things, to be kind to others, and to move through life with a sense of purpose and joy. After all, when we feel our best mentally, we are free to embrace life with open arms, ready to live it to the fullest. 6. Let's delve into the subject of safety through an emotional lens. A particularly poignant story stands out. A woman struggling to part with her late husband's possessions. Her home was filled with his belongings, clothes, letters, and keepsakes, each item a tangible connection to his memory. To her, releasing these things felt like saying goodbye all over again. This deep attachment symbolized more than sentiment. It was her way of keeping his presence alive in her daily life. However, with time, this emotional weight began to affect her well-being and her ability to move forward. She began to notice that her attachment to these items was no longer bringing comfort, but rather creating a barrier. The home that once offered warmth now felt like a shrine, anchoring her in the past. It wasn't easy for her to confront this realization. However, understanding that her husband's memory wasn't confined to physical objects became a turning point. She realized she was carrying emotional weight far heavier than she had initially thought, preventing her from fully living in the present. Recognizing the need for change, she turned to her children for support. Together, they began the delicate task of sorting through her husband's belongings. Each item held a story, and letting go of even the smallest trinket felt overwhelming. Yet her children helped her focus on preserving the essence of their father rather than the volume of his things. They encouraged her to keep the most meaningful items, those that evoked joy rather than sorrow. Slowly, she started to discern between memory and material, choosing to honor his legacy without being weighed down by excess. This process wasn't without its emotional challenges. Every decision brought forth a wave of memories, sometimes bittersweet, sometimes comforting. Yet, each step forward lightened the atmosphere in her home. The act of sorting became a journey of healing, allowing her to reflect on the past while gradually making room for the future. The physical space she cleared mirrored the emotional clarity she was beginning to experience. As she released what no longer served her, something remarkable happened. Her home, once a heavy, grief-laden place, transformed into a sanctuary of peace. It became a space where new memories could be made and old ones could be cherished without pain. The air felt lighter, the rooms brighter, and her heart more open. She began to see that letting go wasn't about losing love, but about making space for it to evolve. Embracing change and allowing herself to heal, she discovered a profound sense of safety, both in her surroundings and within herself. Her story reminds us that true safety isn't found in clinging to the past, but in creating a balanced space where we can honor memories while welcoming new experiences. 7. Understanding and respecting our limits. In the rush of tackling physical tasks, it's easy to believe we're capable of more than we should handle. The drive to accomplish heavy-duty projects or strenuous chores can give us a sense of invincibility. Yet, our bodies have limits, and pushing beyond them without caution can lead to exhaustion or injury. Recognizing those boundaries isn't just about avoiding harm. It's about safeguarding our long-term well-being. Take large tasks like moving furniture or lifting heavy boxes. At first glance, they may seem manageable, but without proper rest or technique, they can overstrain our muscles and joints. Our bodies are resilient, but not built for relentless heavy lifting without adequate preparation or support. Attempting such tasks alone, especially without assessing our physical readiness, can result in unexpected setbacks. Sometimes the risk simply outweighs the reward. This is where asking for help becomes invaluable. There's wisdom in knowing when to delegate. Reaching out to friends, family, or professionals can significantly reduce physical strain and prevent accidents. Sharing the load doesn't make us weaker, it makes us smarter. We often underestimate the pressure we place on ourselves until it's too late. By seeking assistance, we ensure tasks are completed efficiently and safely. Listening to our bodies is essential. Fatigue, discomfort, or pain aren't just nuisances, they're warnings. Overexertion rarely happens in one dramatic moment. It builds gradually. Repeatedly overreaching without sufficient breaks can result in long-term damage. A key part of self-care is learning when to stop, rest, and recover. Ignoring these signals may lead to consequences far more serious than an unfinished task. Breaking large tasks into smaller, manageable steps can be transformative. Instead of attempting to lift or move a heavy object in one go, consider moving it in stages or getting someone to assist. Frequent breaks, staying hydrated, and pacing ourselves are simple yet effective ways to maintain energy and prevent burnout. Even minor adjustments in how we approach physical tasks can have a major impact on how we feel afterward. We need to embrace the idea that slowing down and asking for help is not a setback, but a strategy. Overexertion often arises from the pressure to do everything quickly and independently. However, prioritizing safety over speed is always the smarter, more sustainable choice. By respecting our limits, we protect not only our physical health, but also our peace of mind. 8. Sentimental clutter has a unique grip on us, intertwining objects with memories. Each item seems to whisper a story, making it hard to let go. Yet, holding on to everything can blur the line between cherishing the past and being weighed down by it. The key is not in keeping every keepsake, but in choosing what truly resonates. This process allows us to respect our history while creating space for our future. Start by identifying what holds deep emotional value. Not every item needs to stay. Sometimes a single photograph, letter, or token can embody an entire memory. Select a few meaningful objects that evoke genuine joy or comfort. For the rest, consider taking photos. A digital memory is often just as powerful as a physical one, and it frees us from the burden of excessive belongings while keeping the essence intact. Letting go is not about loss. It's about making intentional choices. We're not erasing our past. We're reorganizing how we carry it forward. By thoughtfully curating what stays, we allow ourselves to embrace memories without being overwhelmed by them. This act of selective preservation helps us focus on what truly matters, enabling a clearer, more present connection with our surroundings. Clutter isn't just physical, it's emotional. Every object we keep has a psychological weight. When we hold on to things out of guilt, nostalgia, or fear of forgetting, we burden our minds as well as our space. By releasing unnecessary items, we lighten both loads. This creates a ripple effect. Clarity in our surroundings brings clarity to our thoughts, helping us feel calmer and more in control. Imagine walking into a space filled only with items that bring happiness and meaning. The weight lifts, and with it comes a sense of freedom. We give ourselves permission to breathe deeply, to live fully in the present, and to welcome new experiences. Sentimental objects, reduced to their essentials, become powerful reminders rather than overwhelming relics. We create a home that reflects our journey without being anchored by it. This process of decluttering isn't just about tidying up, it's about transformation. We're not just changing our physical environment, we're reshaping our emotional landscape. By letting go of what no longer serves us, we make room for new growth, fresh memories, and a future defined by intention. Each item we release opens up space for clarity, peace, and the joy of living with what truly matters. Number 9, embracing technology for security and connection. In an increasingly digital world, avoiding technology may seem tempting, but it often comes with a cost. Many believe that staying away from devices keeps life simpler. However, Disregarding the advantages of even the most basic technologies can lead to missed opportunities for safety, convenience, and connectivity. Technology isn't just about complexity. It's about enhancing life in meaningful ways. Consider the smartphone, once viewed as a luxury, now an essential tool for everyday life. Beyond calls and texts, it offers navigation, emergency alerts, and instant access to critical information. A single device in your pocket can guide you when you're lost, connect you with loved ones, or notify emergency services at the touch of a button. Learning to use it isn't about keeping up with trends. It's about embracing a tool that can enhance both safety and independence. Medical alert systems are another remarkable innovation, especially for those who live alone or have medical conditions. These devices provide immediate access to help in emergencies. A simple press of a button can dispatch assistance, potentially saving precious minutes when every second counts. They offer peace of mind, not just for the user, but for family members who worry about their loved ones' well-being. In moments of crisis, these systems can be the difference between swift action and unnecessary delay. Many avoid technology out of fear. Fear of making mistakes, fear of feeling overwhelmed, or fear of the unknown. Yet, today's technology is designed to be user-friendly. Tutorials, step-by-step guides, and customer support make learning more accessible than ever. By taking the time to explore these resources, we can overcome initial apprehension and discover that technology isn't as intimidating as it seems. Incorporating technology into daily life strengthens our connection to the world around us. It bridges distances, keeps us informed, and helps us stay engaged. From video calls that bring families closer to health apps that monitor vital signs, technology enriches our relationships and well-being. It's not just a tool for efficiency. It's a gateway to a more connected, supportive lifestyle. Choosing to embrace basic technology isn't about surrendering to every new gadget on the market. It's about recognizing the power of tools designed to improve our safety and communication. By adopting even the simplest devices, we open doors to greater independence, stronger connections, and a more secure future. Each small step toward understanding technology is a step toward living a fuller, more confident life. 10. Emergency preparedness when living alone. Living alone can bring a sense of freedom, but it also requires a higher level of self-reliance, especially in times of emergency. Emergencies can strike at any moment, and when they do, being unprepared can quickly lead to panic and uncertainty. Having a solid plan in place ensures that no matter what happens, we can maintain our composure and stay safe. The key to peace of mind is preparedness, and it's something we can all take charge of. Imagine being caught in the middle of a power outage during a fierce winter storm. This is exactly what happened to a man who thought he was ready for anything. When the storm hit and power lines went down, he found himself in complete darkness, with no way to charge his phone or light his home. With no backup plan, he felt trapped. Days passed in isolation, and the experience left him feeling helpless and vulnerable. This situation was a stark reminder that assuming everything will work out without preparation can lead to unnecessary stress. This man's ordeal became a turning point in his life. He realized how unprepared he had been and took action to never feel that way again. He invested in essentials that many overlook, like a portable phone charger and battery-operated lights. He also stocked up on emergency supplies, water, canned food, and basic medical items. By taking these simple steps, he regained control over his environment. What had once been a terrifying experience became a lesson in resilience and self-sufficiency. Preparing for emergencies when living alone is not just a precaution. It's a fundamental form of self-care. It's about empowering ourselves to handle the unexpected with confidence. Start by compiling a list of important contacts, and keeping it somewhere accessible. A small emergency kit with non-perishable food, water, and basic first aid items can make all the difference. A flashlight or lantern, along with spare batteries, ensures you're never left in the dark. These small efforts lead to big returns when it counts most. Staying connected is another crucial element of preparedness. Always keep your phone charged and consider investing in a portable power bank. In a crisis, being unable to reach loved ones or emergency services can be deeply distressing. A power bank ensures you're never caught off guard. Having a backup power source allows you to stay connected, seek help, or access information, which could be vital in an emergency. For those living in areas that experience extreme weather or natural disasters, the stakes are even higher. In these situations, preparedness can be a matter of life or death. Knowing where the nearest shelters are and keeping extra essentials on hand can provide security when the unexpected occurs. Emergency preparedness isn't about expecting the worst. It's about equipping ourselves to deal with the unexpected, turning what could be a frightening situation into one we can navigate with calm and confidence. Number 11. Unsafe living conditions. Our home is our sanctuary, yet many of us take its safety for granted. It's essential not to overlook the state of our living environment. A home that is not well maintained can become a source of danger rather than comfort. Regular checks and maintenance of all household systems are crucial to preventing unexpected issues. First, appliances play a significant role in our daily lives. Whether it's a refrigerator, stove, or washing machine, these machines should be inspected periodically. A malfunctioning appliance can pose serious risks, including electrical hazards or leaks. Keeping them in good working order will reduce the chance of accidents and extend their lifespan. Next, the heating system is another critical component to maintain. In colder months, a broken heater or malfunctioning fireplace can turn a home into a dangerous space. Regular servicing ensures the system runs efficiently and prevents issues like carbon monoxide buildup, which can be fatal. Locks and security measures are just as important. A weak or broken lock compromises our safety. We should ensure that doors and windows have secure locks, and that any faulty mechanisms are fixed immediately. This simple step provides peace of mind, knowing that our home is protected from unauthorized entry. Another often overlooked area is plumbing. Leaky pipes or clogged drains may seem minor at first, but they can quickly lead to water damage or mold growth. Mold can have severe health effects, especially for those with respiratory conditions. Addressing these issues early on can save money and prevent major damage. Number 12. Your health, a cornerstone of independence, was fiercely independent, priding herself on handling life's challenges without help. For years, she skipped regular checkups, trusting that her active lifestyle would keep her healthy. Although if something feels off, she often said, brushing aside gentle suggestions from friends. One day, she began experiencing persistent fatigue and occasional dizziness. At first, she attributed it to stress and pushed through, thinking it was nothing serious. Weeks turned into months, and her symptoms quietly worsened. Yet, Laura delayed seeing a doctor, believing she had plenty of time to address it later. It wasn't until a close friend insisted she visit a clinic that Laura finally agreed. The diagnosis was startling: early-stage diabetes. Her condition could have been caught and managed earlier, but now it required significant lifestyle adjustments and medication. Though grateful the disease was still treatable, Laura expressed deep regret for not taking action sooner. "I thought I had control, but I was ignoring what my body was telling me," she confided. Determined to turn her story into a lesson, Laura adopted a proactive approach to her health. She set reminders for her medication, scheduled regular checkups, and joined a local walking group to stay active. She even began advocating for others to prioritize their well-being. often sharing her story to inspire change. Today, Laura's health is stable, but her experience remains a powerful reminder of the risks of complacency. Her journey illustrates that taking small, consistent steps toward health isn't just about avoiding problems. It's about valuing the life and independence we want to preserve. Her resilience transformed a moment of neglect into a lifelong commitment, inspiring those around her to do the same. When we live alone, it's easy to fall into a rhythm that feels comfortable but lacks vigilance. There's no one nearby to remind us to stick to routines or check in on how we're really doing. Without the gentle push of a loved one or friend, small tasks like scheduling checkups or taking medications can quietly fall by the wayside. Yet, as we age, these seemingly minor oversights can accumulate, creating a fragile foundation that impacts our overall well-being. Health is not just a personal matter. It is a vital aspect of maintaining independence and quality of life. When overlooked, even manageable conditions can become complicated and lead to greater challenges. The absence of someone to notice changes or insist on a doctor's visit can mean that we miss the signs of trouble early on. These moments of neglect, though unintentional, can have long-term consequences that are hard to reverse. We recently came across a story that left a lasting impression. A man who lived alone repeatedly postponed his medical checkups. Each time he thought, "There's always next week." But weeks turned into months, and minor discomforts grew into serious health concerns. By the time he sought help, the solutions were no longer simple, and his regret was profound. This serves as a cautionary tale of how easy it is to underestimate the importance of proactive care. Taking control of our health requires deliberate effort and a sense of urgency. Simple actions like setting reminders for medications, organizing regular checkups, and keeping a list of health concerns to discuss with a doctor can make a significant difference. Technology, such as apps or smart devices, can also serve as invaluable tools in staying on top of these responsibilities. It's about creating a system that supports us, even when no one else is there to do so. But beyond routines and devices, it's essential to foster a mindset of self-awareness. We need to listen to our bodies, take note of changes, and act on them without delay. This shift in perspective transforms health management from a chore into a priority, one that we approach with care and consistency. In doing so, we're not just preserving our physical well-being, we're reinforcing our ability to live life on our terms. Here are 5 daily practices to help you maintain your lifelong commitment to health and well-being. 1. Start with a morning check-in. Begin your day by assessing how you feel, physically, mentally, and emotionally. Take a moment to stretch, breathe deeply, and set an intention for the day. This practice encourages mindfulness and helps you stay attuned to your body's signals, making it easier to address any issues early. 2. Prioritize hydration and nutrition. Drink plenty of water throughout the day and focus on balanced meals. Include fresh fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, and whole grains in your diet. Avoid skipping meals, as consistent nourishment fuels your body and mind. A simple rule: if you can't make a perfect choice, aim for the better one. 3. Incorporate movement. Dedicate at least 30 minutes to physical activity daily, whether it's a brisk walk, yoga, or strength training. Movement keeps your muscles strong, joints flexible, and mind refreshed. Find an activity you enjoy so it becomes something to look forward to, not a chore. 4. Stay organized with health tasks. Use tools like a planner, calendar app, or reminder system to keep track of medications, doctor appointments, and health goals. Break larger tasks into smaller, manageable steps. Consistent organization reduces stress and ensures you're always on top of your responsibilities. 5. End the day with reflection and rest. Before bed, Reflect on your accomplishments and identify areas to improve. Celebrate small wins, like sticking to your exercise plan or making a healthy meal choice. Prioritize quality sleep by maintaining a regular bedtime routine, as good rest is foundational to overall health. By practicing these habits daily, you create a strong foundation for a healthier, more fulfilling life. Small, consistent actions lead to lasting results, ensuring your lifelong commitment remains achievable and rewarding. Let's treat health as the foundation upon which independence is built. By being mindful and proactive, we can avoid the pitfalls of neglect and face the future with confidence. The effort we put into our well-being today pays dividends in the years to come, ensuring that we remain strong, capable, and in control of our lives.